Good morning. Here's my start of my latest activation. I'm sitting in the grounds of the Adobe at Pico State Historical Park. This was the location of the last Mexican governor of Baja California Norte, I think is what it was called. And I got permission from the very kind lady who manages this park to allow me to sit here in the patio of the Adobe. So I'm going to try to get up onto the this little platform that I have here without making a fool of myself. But let me go ahead and show you what I see so far. So this is a side entrance to the Adobe, and there's a very nice, lovely, colorful bougainvillea, I think is what it's called. And we have the patio here, a raised patio, maybe a foot and a half or so. And this is where she's allowed me to sit up. Now, if I can get up here gracefully, this would be a wonderful thing to be able to do, and evidently I just did so. So from the inside, you can see there's a second floor access, several doors around here, and you can actually hear my HT going off in the background. This is where I'm actually setting up. Just my normal configuration, and because I wanted to keep everything light, all I brought was my backpack. So again, you see what I've got here, and my antenna, which believe it or not, ends up being higher than the end of the roof. Of course, the roof is sloped. I'm going to go inside so that we can see a little bit of this. I mean, this place is really pretty nice, and let's see what I can do to just showcase this. I don't know enough of the history here, but it certainly is a nice place to see some history. What we have here, which was left untouched, is the actual Adobe from when it was built back in the 1800s. Nice little view here. Again, I'm not a docent, I'm not a guide, so you're getting to see what what I can see. And so it's really very nice, very interesting. So there's been some excavations done here way back in the day. And a typical dining room, and some assorted trinkets here and there. Those silver utensils and pots and kettles seem to be pretty nice. I'm going to try to finish this up right quickly. And there is a glass floor here that you won't be able to see through, that shows some of the foundation work for this Adobe. So the house, the building, is called an Adobe because I guess has partial wood construction, but most of it happens to be mud, bricks, or adobe as it was called back then. Nice period piece furniture, and this is pretty interesting. And pretty soon we're going to go back outside so I can start my activation. You're looking pretty much at the whole thing. There's not much here. I guess I came in through a wrong entrance or something, but there isn't much here to actually see. Again, here you have exposed Adobe and an original door with nice intricate carvings that you see on there. This would have been the main entrance to the Adobe, and this is now I guess, their front yard. And what you're seeing there is Whittier Boulevard as it connects to Interstate 605. So now I'm going to go back and go play with the radio and see how that's going to work out. So anyway, thank you very much for taking that fast, quick little tour. But I think it is fascinating to see some of this old-time history still standing. All right. In a little bit, I'm going to be involved in finishing the setup so that I can go ahead and chat with you guys. Yeah, somebody out there. All right. We'll see you in a little bit. Bye. All right, everyone. This is Kathy Atencio. She runs this State Historic Park. I met her about a year and a half, maybe 2 years ago. Quite kind. Even offered to give me some coffee. But today, she has this old guy with a hat that she recognized, and here I am. So, can you tell me just in a few words about the park?
Certainly, this is the home of Don Pio Pico, the last governor of Mexican California, and we try to get you to feel the 1800s when you come into our park and walk around, and we give you the history of Pio Pico.
Super. And again, last time she offered to give me some coffee because I ran out. This time, I am so bold as to ask her if she has a table and a chair I can borrow. So, what do you see here?
Table.
I didn't bring this in.
Table and a chair.
Kathy and
Micah,
her assistant, helped me and brought these things out for me. And what do you know? There's still some very nice people in Southern California.
We try.
So they're wonderful human beings. Thank you, Kathy.
Thank you, Seth. It's been a pleasure meeting you, having you here.
Bye. All right. Thank you very much for joining me today. As you might already know, I'm at US-3534 Pico State Historical Park. And I'm fortunate enough to be allowed to sit up in the patio of the adobe. So that's what you see around me, or have seen around me. So Mary is a very nice lady. She runs this place. She recognized me from far off. So yeah, we chatted a little bit along with her two assistants, Micah and George. So right now I've already finished all my setup, antenna tuning, although I'll do that just one more time, just to make sure. And I'm at 1.1 to 1 currently, and I am on 21.063. So let me check for a clear channel, and here we go. One more time. Two buttons and I'm on. We're about ready to go. I moved from the northwest side, the northwest side to the southeast side of the of the park. And now and simply surrounded by a couple of trees. There's a pretty view behind me, and that's about it. Let me turn off some of this stuff here, and one more time. And off we go. So I found out that with the when it's in repeating mode, the way you set it up is you hit the message button, and then you hit your one of the 6 messages you can send out, 1 through 6. If I hold the 5 button down, it'll repeat it. If I just click it once, it'll just send 1 CQ and that's it, or it'll just send out 1 recorded message. In this case, message 5 is my recorded message. So now I wait. If I hear anybody, all I have to do is hit the message button 1 more time, and that'll stop the repeat function. Same thing as before. I hear them return, but they don't hear me sending them info. Okay, I got North Carolina in the books, but it's a different North Carolina than before. Again, I moved here, although that spot that I was in was oven hot. It was beautiful. It was very picturesque. This one here is also very nice. I really can't complain too much about this one. But at least I did get out to North Carolina. Now it's a matter of who else is going to hear me. So we'll see what happens. Crap, where am I? Hit the wrong key. Went to the 5 megahertz band. But the fact that I received, what is it now, 3 contacts in the last, 10 minutes? Something like that? I was sitting in a Faraday cage made of adobe and wood. So I was really thrown off by that. And I quickly looked up on the internet, do adobe buildings. Oh. guess I lost Don. So the advantage of hitting the message button again is that it ends the repeat right then and there, and I don't send an inadvertent element, and I'm better able to hear the call coming in. Man, I could barely make him out. I could barely make him out. He gave me a 529 as a response, and I could barely hear it. I wanted to keep the antenna reasonably far away from me, and it's what, at about I don't know, 4.5 feet away. It's got my second shortest feed cable going to it at 3 feet. I'm finding that I hear them at first, and then they kind of go away. So this is not something I've experienced before with the KX3. Even with this antenna, I've made contact with Japan, so it must be Mother Nature. I'm having a real hard time on 21 megahertz. I'll try one more time and then drop down to 17. Okay, 349 from British Columbia. in a very short amount of time. I'm now here with 6 contacts. Go figure. I'm going to stay here even though all the contacts I'm getting are very low. Their strength is very low. So with the KX3, it always seems I'm experiencing something slightly different. Today, all my signal reports, I think maybe 1, possibly 2, are very low. In fact, I gave out a 119 because the guy was just above the noise level, and it was hard to hear him. Okay, this is the last one. After this, I'm going to go ahead and move on over to 17 meters. Okay, now let's go to 17 meters. Frequency 1.7.0. No, that's messed up. Okay, let's try that again. 1.8.088. And let's enter that. Let's see how I'm doing. Go ahead and tune it. Oh, let's try that again. That was 1.9. I've never seen this before. It won't tune down to nothing. Let's see, do I have a... Yeah. In the right range. But I don't like the fact that it's doing that. Let's see. Okay, so you know what? I'm going to go down to 20 meters instead. That's better. I need to hit the switch on the antenna. Now I'm on 20. At least the calls are. So let's do that again. Okay, that works for me. 1.2. All right, buddy. I'll move. Okay, 14064. Somebody came back immediately with an I. I'm not sure what that means. C means C, or yes, so I'll just go someplace else. I don't need to get into a frequency war. So far, oh, are they too close to me? So they're oh crap. How did this change? I was on upper sideband. It must have been from the last time I used it. So here we go. I'm gonna go back to 63. $14,063 seems to be a good one. Now, let's go to the Porta site, respot. So just spotted myself at 14,063. Go back to hammers, see if hammer picks it up. 14,063. So it's 14,063, and that says 1314. Let's see what happens now. Excuse me. Come on. I need 7 more. Again, I always shoot for my lucky number 13. KO7SS. Yeah, spotted me. Well, his automatic spotter. So even though I'm still in direct sunlight, it's not nearly as hot as it was when I was on the patio of the adobe. KA7OEI automatic, picking me up with 22 NR SNR. So I'm doing pretty well getting out there. Kind of funny. Reminds me of the military. You hurry up and wait. And I can assure you, I am waiting very fast. Is this the one? Okay. 6 to go. Okay, that's 9 contacts. What do you know? We're in. Although that one might be maybe slightly suspect, so I need to check on what was that? KE6RN. That actually activated the park, if it's good. I'm still looking for 3 safety QSOs. That's why my magic number is 13. So I'm going to try part of the activation on 2 meters. I'll be on 14658, which happens to be the watering hole for soda and pota chasers, and even some activators. So we'll see. Of course, if they're going to be chasing on that frequency, activators must be there as well. So yeah, call me Captain Obvious. I've been away from repeaters and 2 meters and 70 centimeters. I've been away for a while. I've recently started to get back on the frequencies, or rather the repeaters, and those particular repeater, or this specific repeater. Let me turn that off. This specific repeater had a lot of shenanigans going on, and so it became unusable for the local area and for the community. So evidently the owner passed away. Somebody picked up the repeater, changed it from I think it was 18 hours a day to 24/7, and changed the call sign, and people were starting to get back on there again doing shenanigans. And what do you know? When the shenanigans began, the repeater shut down. So he turned it on a little later, and when shenanigans started, he shut the repeater down. And that process continued until the shenanigans, I suppose, picked up the message that they weren't going to put up with that. So they stopped, and it's back on 24/7. I now get to chit chat with some of the people that I chit chatted with a lot when I first got into ham radio, that being VHF, UHF. That's when I started to dabble with HF. So I get back on there, and they're telling me, hey, look, don't forget about the locals. And in this particular case, the watering hole for Soda Poda is 146.58. So let's see what happens. And I might get there once I get a couple of more contacts. We'll see. So far, I've gotten North Carolina, I've gotten Florida, maybe the guy from Illinois was in Florida. I think I have Washington. I certainly have British Columbia. The last time I got British Columbia, specifically in the last activation I did, I got way up there in British Columbia, halfway up the province itself. So it was way up there. Okay, so I'm going to stop this. Alright, so I'm going to turn this off and see if I can do something on 2 meters. Okay, there I am. Let's see how this is gonna go. Is this frequency in use? Is this frequency in use? Whiskey 1, Sierra Alpha Victor. Let me see if I can contact a friend and have him contact me just to make sure that I'm doing okay. Is this frequency in use? Is this frequency in use? Whiskey 1, Sierra Alpha Victor. CQ POTA, CQ POTA. This is Whiskey 1, Sierra Alpha Victor at Pico State Historical Park. Whiskey 1, Sierra Alpha Victor. CQ POTA, CQ POTA. This is Whiskey 1, Sierra Alpha Victor at Pico State Historical Park. Whiskey 1, Sierra Alpha Victor, CQ POTA. Ten contacts. This is really bad. I need to get back on the air. Well, I'm sorry, on HF. CQ POTA, CQ POTA. This is Whiskey 1, Sierra Alpha Victor from Pico State Historical Park in Whittier. Pico State Historical Park in Whittier. So CQ POTA, this is Whiskey 1, Sierra Alpha Victor. CQ POTA, CQ POTA. This is Whiskey 1, Sierra Alpha Victor calling CQ POTA from Pico State Historical Park in Whittier. CQ POTA, CQ POTA. This is Whiskey 1, Sierra Alpha Victor. Wow. CQ POTA, CQ POTA. This is Whiskey 1, Sierra Alpha Victor. Whiskey 1, Sierra Alpha Victor calling CQ POTA from Pico State Historical Park in Whittier. CQ POTA, CQ POTA. This is Whiskey 1, Sierra Alpha Victor. Whiskey 1, Sierra Alpha Victor calling CQ POTA from Pico State Historical Park in Whittier. CQ POTA, CQ POTA. This is Whiskey 1, Sierra Alpha Victor calling CQ POTA. CQ Poda, CQ Poda. This is Whiskey 1 Sierra Alpha Victor calling CQ Poda from Pico State Historical Park in Whittier. CQ Poda. CQ Poda, CQ Poda. This is Whiskey 1 Sierra Alpha Victor calling CQ Poda. CQ Poda, CQ Poda. This is Whiskey 1 Sierra Alpha Victor calling CQ Poda from Pico State Historical Park in Whittier. CQ Poda. CQ Poda, CQ Poda. This is Whiskey 1 Sierra Alpha Victor. Whiskey 1 Sierra Alpha Victor calling CQ Poda from Pico State Historical Park in Whittier. CQ Poda. CQ Poda, CQ Poda. This is Whiskey 1 Sierra Alpha Victor. Whiskey 1 Sierra Alpha Victor calling CQ Poda at Pico State Historical Park in Whittier. CQ Poda 146.580. Boy, I'm just striking out here. This is Whiskey 1 Sierra Alpha Victor, negative contacts. I'm going QSY back to 20 meters. So that's the end of that test. Let me go back to 20 meters. Okay, I'm looking up on Discord. I see. All right. So I guess I'm going to go back to 15 meters. Oh, that was at 9:42 this morning. Right now it's 1:45, so I don't think that one's gonna quite get it. I'm looking at Discord. I got sent a message and I don't know what it is. I may cut this out because it really, that's okay. Yeah, doesn't need to be in there. So I'm going to go back to, let's go 21063. Let's see if there's anything there for me to do. Wow. All of a sudden, I'm not tuning. .3 to 1. This has never happened before. I always get 1.1, 1.0, 1.2 to 1. I've never had this. Oh, and part of that is because I'm an idiot. Let's try that again. 1.1 to 1. Go figure. Okay, so the AX1, the tuning coil has a little switch down at the bottom. One is for 20 meters, and if you're using the 40 meter coil, that's where you set it at for 20 meters. And if you're going to do anything above 20 meters, starting at 17 and even 15, you go ahead and put it on the 17 meter mark. I haven't quite tried 10 meters, but I guess I have to read up on it. I don't want to break anything, so let's see what happens here. Okay. Here. Let's go back to spotting myself. Okay, so I'm there. Let's see what happens now. QRL? No. What can I think of it? QRL. Yeah, lots of sun. Feel very hot now. Almost as hot as I was back in the Adobe's patio. So let's go again. Maybe I will try 10 meters. Let's see what happens. .4. I don't think the antenna will do that well there. Let's go to 17. .8. I am .8. I've got one questionable shot, KE6RN, but he came back okay. I'm going to break a 5P rule. I've been here since right around 11. It is now 2, so that's 3 hours. I only have 10 contacts. Do I want to risk it? Do I want to risk it? And at this point, I'm just getting tired and hot. My production rate on contacts have been very low. My kit is acting funny, so I think this is a good time to call it and just say, hey, you know what? I tried 2 meters. Nobody was on the air. You know, it is a Thursday afternoon, right? So people may still be working. Of course, there are those like me. For whom weekends have no meaning, but I can't expect them to sit there. Although I'm told this is a watering hole, so we'll see. You know what? I think I am going to call it. Thank you for sticking with me. It's been a long haul, and I do appreciate it. So thank you so much. Ciao for now.